Welcome to Homemaking with Mima. My name is Wendy, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you along with showing you some more meals that we ate, just trying to use up some of the things that we have in our home. And I'm going to bring you along with me. All right, so for the first meal we're going to have beef stroganoff. I made this back in September, it said. So I'm going to just do a crock pot meal with it, and I just love crock pot meals. As you can see in most of my videos, I use crock pots a lot. And so this is still partially frozen. So I set it for 6 hours, but it actually went, I want to say, almost 7.5 hours on low. And when it came time, and you will see that it looks a little bit different color, I did pull out some of the broth that was in here that was with it, and I made a cornstarch slurry. And my advice for that is make it as thick as you want. Now I took out about 3/4 of a cup of the broth, mixed it with 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and I ended up having to add a little bit more water. And then as you can see, I showed you that we're going to have green beans, and we're going to put it over egg noodles. This, see, there's where it looks different. I added sour cream as well. That's what made it lighter. This was so good. Definitely a repeat, but I'm going to have more meat. I didn't even cook the whole bag of noodles, and we needed all the meat, or we needed more meat. Meal number two, we're going to have what I call a taco salad. It's not your normal salad. We start out, we end up crushing the chips on a big plate, and then we layer it with meat, and then we put all of our condiments that we want. Now, I had lettuce in the refrigerator and a small Roma tomato and had onions. I didn't go out and purchase any extras. We could have used like a green pepper in that, but I wanted to use what we had in the refrigerator. So you can see I'm just dicing up the clean lettuce. I try to dice it up a little bit smaller because of the way that we eat it. And when you see the finished plate, it looks really pretty when you do it. We just kind of mix it all up together, and it turns into a taco salad. I used to feed that that way to my kids when they were smaller, because little kids can't hold on to a taco shell. But you'll see I'm just prepping the vegetables here, and I clean out the seeds in all my tomatoes when I have it with a meal, except for like sandwiches. But I get the seeds out because that just puts extra moisture that you don't want. If you want to keep them in, keep them in. But I just wash them out, and I'm just showing you. I'm just sticking my finger in the little vessel there, shaking out the seeds, and it helps too. Roma tomatoes are a little bit more meatier, as you can see. So that little tomato is going to do my husband and I just fine. My daughter doesn't eat tomatoes, so I don't have to worry about her. And I will get you a finished photo of what it looks like as well. So in this section of the video, I'm not actually making a meal, but I am making future lunches. And you'll see that I actually put one sandwich into containers because I am going to be working. I like taking a cold lunch to work. It's just more convenient for me. But I have shown making sandwiches before. I have gone over the fact that I don't like wet sandwiches. And so I usually take my meat and dry it off as much as I can. So I just lay it out on paper towels and dab it off with the paper towels. The only meat that you don't have to do that with is if you're going to use like pepperoni or salami. That's usually not wet at all. But everything else kind of is, especially if you freeze it and then take it out. You end up having the ice crystals from it unthawing and that. So anyway, you're seeing me here. I'm drying off all the meat or the ham because I'm making ham, salami, and cheese sandwiches. I never put any other items on my sandwiches because I freeze these. But I do put the cheese and meat on it, and you're able to freeze them without having any issues at all. And you're going to see me, other than, I'm prepping it for the sandwiches. Get some more bang out of your buck here. That's what I'm doing. Cutting the pieces in half. Otherwise, you end up folding them or whatever. You'll see when I'm making them. I put a layer of butter down. You're going to see me doing that. I put that down first on, even if I use regular bread. I always like using like the sub sandwiches and that. And I'll get these bigger ones, and sometimes I'll get the smaller ones at my local Walmart. I always put a layer of butter or margarine, whatever you use. And then I put cheese. I don't put cheese all over the whole thing. I split a slice of cheese between for this one sandwich, and you'll see me doing that. And that's how I have my sandwiches. I could have probably put more meat on there, but I knew I was going to run out of ham. I didn't have that much ham. I had plenty of pepperoni. So I did put more pepperoni than I normally do, but I mean, that's okay. These are just quick lunches. I take them. Sometimes my husband takes them. My daughter will take them. But you'll see that I wrap them up in saran wrap, the ones that we're not going to be eating, and individually so that we can pull them out as needed. And for us, you can feed 2 people a lunch, and you can have sides with it as far as like chips or pretzels or applesauce, yogurt, whatever you want to go with it. But that is what I'm doing here. I'm just prepping for lunches, and I thought I'd share it again. It's been a little while since I've actually made them, and they're perfect for the freezer for future lunch meals and ideas for yourself. So I highly advise it. For today's supper, I took out some of those hamburgers that I made. I want to say back in September. I took out the buns to thaw out. We're going to have baked beans with it, and we're going to have chips and dip. So with the burgers, then I just place them in between 2 really moist paper towels, throw them in the microwave, and I heat them on 30-minute increments, and I turn them just to get more even cooking. And I believe I did it for 2.5 minutes. And then here I've just got the table all set up for us to get ready to eat. We're going to have the baked beans with it. And then you'll see me just put my hot burger on top of my bun. I've got some lettuce, chopped up lettuce, some onion, pickles, ketchup, and that's it. And then there's my supper, and it was really good. Those burgers tasted so good here in the middle of winter. I will definitely repeat it. So that's going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you so much for joining me. If you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can be prompted when new videos come out. And I want you folks to make it a really great day.